The rain pounded against the window of my small apartment in Seattle, but inside the storm was far worse. Layla burst through the door that night, her eyes red and swollen, clutching a soaked duffel bag like it was the last piece of her shattered life. "She's gone, Lauren," she sobbed, collapsing into my arms, her words slicing through the air like a knife. I had known her girlfriend for years, and now in one cruel twist everything had changed. I held her as she unraveled, her body trembling against mine, the weight of her pain pressing into my chest. We had been best friends since college, roommates turned confidants, sharing secrets under late-night whispers. But this was different. Her breakup with Mia wasn't just a loss, it was a betrayal that echoed through her soul, and as I stroked her hair, a strange ache stirred in me, one I couldn't yet name. Layla poured it out over the next hours, her voice breaking as she recounted the fight, the accusations, the final slam of the door. Mia had cheated, she said, with someone from work, someone who promised stability in a way Layla's artistic dreams never could. "I gave her everything," Layla whispered, her head on my shoulder, "and she threw it away like it meant nothing." I listened, my heart twisting, offering tissues and tea, but inside a voice whispered that this was my chance, not to fix her, but to be there in a way I'd always wanted, though I'd buried it deep. As the night wore on, I guided her to the couch, wrapping her in a blanket, my hands lingering a second too long on her arms. She looked up at me, vulnerable and raw, and for the first time, I saw the depth in her eyes, the way they held stories I longed to unravel. "What would I do without you?" she murmured, and I smiled, pushing down the flutter in my stomach, telling myself it was just empathy, nothing more. The days blurred into a routine of healing. I took time off from my graphic design job, canceling deadlines to be with her. We'd walk along the Puget Sound, the salty air whipping our faces, as she vented about Mia's coldness, about how society expected her to move on quickly, as if love between women was disposable. "People think it's just a phase," she said one afternoon, kicking at pebbles on the shore. "My family already disowns me for being gay, now this? It's like I'm cursed." Her words hit me hard. My own family was conservative, tucked away in suburban Texas, where coming out wasn't an option, where I'd learned to hide any flicker of attraction to women behind friendships and denial. Inside, my thoughts raced. Why did her pain feel like my own? Why did I replay her smiles in my mind, wondering what it would be like to hold her not as a friend, but as something more? I pushed it away, focusing on her, cooking her favorite meals, playing old movies to distract her. But each night as she fell asleep on the couch, I'd watch her, my heart pounding with the guilt I couldn't shake. Was I taking advantage of her vulnerability? The thought gnawed at me, a moral tangle that kept me awake, staring at the ceiling. One evening, as we shared a bottle of wine, the conversation turned deeper. "Do you ever wonder if you're meant to be alone?" she asked, her eyes locking onto mine. I hesitated, my pulse quickening. "Sometimes," I admitted. "But then I think about people like you who make life feel full." She reached for my hand, squeezing it, and in that moment the air shifted, charged with something unspoken. I pulled back slightly, fear gripping me. What if this ruined everything? The conflict built inside me like a storm. My family called weekly, probing about boyfriends, reminding me of expectations. Marriage, kids, the American dream wrapped in heteronormative bows. "Don't end up like those liberals in Seattle," my mother would say, her voice laced with judgment. I laughed it off, but it stung, amplifying my internal war. Helping Layla was right, but these feelings? They were a betrayal of my own carefully constructed facade. Weeks passed, and Layla began to heal, her laughter returning in small bursts. We attended a support group for LGBTQ women, where stories of discrimination and heartbreak filled the room. One woman spoke of losing her job after coming out, another of family rejection. Layla shared her story, her voice steady now, and as she did, pride swelled in me, but so did envy. She was out, living her truth while I hid behind safety. That night back home she turned to me. "You've been my rock, Lauren. I don't know how to thank you." Her gratitude warmed me, but it also twisted the knife, because in mending her, I was breaking myself open, exposing cracks I'd ignored for years. The pressure mounted. Society whispered that women like us were anomalies. Families demanded conformity, and my heart screamed for authenticity. What price would I pay to acknowledge this pull toward her? As we sat on the balcony watching the city lights, her head leaned on my shoulder again. I think I'm ready to date again, she said casually, and my world tilted. Jealousy flared, hot and unexpected, forcing me to confront the truth I'd been dodging. In helping her heal, I'd uncovered my own desires, ones that challenged everything I knew. But admitting it could shatter our friendship, invite judgment from all sides. The dilemma loomed. Stay silent and safe, or risk it all for a chance at real love? The internal monologue consumed me. Why now? I thought, pacing my room while she slept. She's vulnerable and you're her friend. Crossing that line would be selfish, unethical. Yet, the thought of her with someone else gnawed at my soul. A betrayal I inflicted on myself. Society's gaze felt heavy. In America, where progress clashed with prejudice, coming out meant battles I wasn't sure I could fight. My family's voices echoed. Be normal, Lauren. Don't disappoint us. The next day we went to a cafe, her mood lighter. She flirted with the barista, a cute woman with tattoos, and I forced a smile, my chest tightening. You deserve happiness, I said, but inside so do I. The conflict raged. Loyalty to our friendship versus the ache in my heart. As we left, her arm linked with mine. I wondered how long I could bury this before it erupted. The cafe incident lingered like a shadow, amplifying my inner turmoil. Layla didn't notice my forced cheer. She was buzzing with newfound energy, talking about apps and potential dates. It's time to move on, she declared, scrolling through profiles on her phone. Each swipe felt like a jab to my gut, but I nodded, playing the supportive friend, all while my mind screamed in protest. That evening my phone rang, my sister calling from Texas. Mom's planning a family reunion, she said brightly. Bring a date this time. Dad's been asking when you'll settle down. The words hit like a punch. Settle down meant a man, a ring, the facade I'd maintained for years. Sure. I lied, my voice steady, but inside panic swirled. How could I face them with these feelings bubbling up? Layla was in the next room, humming as she got ready for a night out, and the contrast stung. Her freedom versus my chains. As she left for her first post-breakup outing, a mixer for queer women, jealousy coiled tight in my chest. I stayed home staring at old photos of us. College parties, road trips, her smile always drawing me in. This isn't fair, I thought. You've hidden your truth to protect yourself, but now it's hurting her, or is it? The moral quandary deepened. Confessing could heal me but wound her if she didn't reciprocate. Society's expectations loomed large. In a country where LGBTQ rights advanced unevenly, coming out in conservative circles meant risk, isolation. When she returned late, tipsy and giggling, she flopped onto the couch beside me. Met someone interesting, she teased, her eyes sparkling. Her name's Alex, smart, funny. My heart plummeted, but I mustered enthusiasm. Tell me everything. As she did, detailing their conversation, a spark of connection, I felt the walls closing in. You're losing her, my mind whispered, because you're too afraid to fight for what you want. The next weeks were a whirlwind of her budding romance with Alex. Dates turned into sleepovers, and our apartment felt emptier, even with her there. I'd hear her on the phone laughing, and each sound amplified my isolation. Internally the battle raged. Admit your feelings, risk rejection and the end of friendship. Stay silent, watch her slip away. Family pressure mounted. Emails from mom about finding a nice guy. Subtle hints at disapproval of my lifestyle in Seattle. One afternoon we argued for the first time since the breakup. She wanted to invite Alex over. I snapped about needing space. What's wrong with you? She demanded, hurt flashing in her eyes. You've been distant. I wanted to scream the truth, but fear held me back. Nothing, I muttered, retreating to my room where tears came hot and fast. This is the price of cowardice, I thought. Damage to the one person who matters most. The support group became my lifeline. There women shared stories of internal conflict, of loving friends in secret, of the ethical tightrope of timing confessions. One story mirrored mine. A woman who waited too long, losing her chance to regret. It haunted me, forcing reflection. Is love selfish if it's honest? The societal lens complicated it. Queer women faced double standards where straight crushes on friends were rom-com fodder, but ours were taboo. Layla noticed my withdrawal, confronting me one night over dinner. Talk to me, Lauren. You're my best friend. Her concern cracked my resolve slightly. It's just family stuff. I hedged, but her hand on mine sent sparks. You can tell me anything. The moment hung pregnant with possibility, but I pulled away, the weight of potential betrayal too heavy. As her relationship with Alex deepened, the drama escalated. Alex was possessive, questioning Layla's time with me. She's just jealous. Layla laughed it off, but I saw the strain. Internally I grappled. Intervene and seem sabotaging? Or let it play out and risk her getting hurt again? My own feelings muddied the waters. Was my concern pure, or tainted by desire? The turning point came at a party. Alex was there, her arm around Layla possessively. I watched from afar, nursing a drink, when Alex cornered me. Layla talks about you a lot, she said coolly. Make sure it stays friendly. The threat ignited anger but also clarity. This isn't right, I thought. Not for her, not for me. That night back home, Layla sensed the tension. What happened? She pressed. I hesitated, then spilled about Alex's words. She's controlling you, I said, my voice shaking. Tears welled in her eyes. Maybe, but at least she's honest about what she wants. The jab landed, piercing my heart. Honest, unlike you. The internal storm peaked. Confess now or lose her forever. Family voices echoed, societal judgments loomed, but the cost of silence was becoming unbearable. As she stormed off, I sat alone, weighing the moral scales. Friendship's sanctity versus love's demand for truth. Days of cold silence followed, the apartment thick with unspoken words. I threw myself into work, designing logos that screamed the vibrancy I lacked inside. You've built a life on lies, I berated myself. To your family, to yourself, to her. The pressure from all sides, personal, familial, social, threatened to crush me. Then a call from home. My cousin came out and the family shunned him. We don't tolerate that, Dad said flatly. It was a wake-up call, fueling my resolve. If not now, when? But the ethical dilemma persisted. Timing a confession amid her new relationship felt like sabotage. Layla broke the ice one evening. I ended it with Alex, she announced quietly. Relief flooded me, mixed with guilt. Why? I asked. She wasn't right, and you were. Her words hung ambiguous, sparking hope. But I held back, the internal conflict still raging. The revelation hung in the air like smoke, thick and disorienting. What do you mean I was right? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper, heart hammering. Layla looked at me, her eyes searching mine. You've always seen through the bullshit, Lauren. Alex was just a rebound. I realize that now. Relief washed over me, but it was tainted by the secrets I harbored. We talked late into the night, dissecting the failed romance, her vulnerabilities laid bare again. As she spoke, her hand found mine, a gesture familiar yet electric. This is your moment, my mind urged, but fear clamped down. She's just healed. Pushing now would be exploitative. The next days brought a fragile normalcy. We resumed our routines, but the undercurrent shifted, charged with awareness. I caught her glances lingering, her touches more intentional. Internally, I debated endlessly. Is this mutual or projection? Society's narratives played in my head. Lesbian relationships often dismissed as experiments, adding layers of doubt. Family tensions escalated. My mother visited unexpectedly, her eyes scanning the apartment critically. No boyfriend yet? She prodded over coffee. Layla was out, thankfully, but the question ignited defensiveness. I'm happy as is, I said firmly. She frowned. Don't wait too long, you'll regret it. The words echoed my fears, amplifying the moral bind. Pursue happiness and risk familial exile, or conform and suffocate. That night, with Mom gone, Layla and I shared a quiet dinner. How was the visit? She asked. I vented, tears flowing. They don't get me. She hugged me, her embrace lingering. You deserve to be seen. In that moment the dam cracked. I pulled back, looking into her eyes. Layla, there's something I need to say. But the words stuck. Instead, I changed the subject, cowardice winning. The price of truth is too high, I thought. But the lies cost mounted, eroding our bond. Drama unfolded at work. A colleague outed another in a meeting, sparking backlash. It mirrored my fears, societal prejudice on display. It's 2026 and this still happens, I ranted to Layla later. She nodded, sharing her own stories of discrimination. We fight through it, she said, her resilience inspiring yet intimidating. Our connection deepened through shared activism. We volunteered at a pride center, counseling young women facing rejection. One girl's story, disowned for loving a friend, hit too close. That's you, my inner voice accused. The ethical quandary sharpened. Withholding my feelings betrayed our trust. A confrontation brewed. Layla planned a trip home to confront her family's homophobia. Come with me, she invited. Panic surged. I can't work. Truth was, facing her family would force me to face mine. She left alone, and in her absence loneliness crushed me. You've pushed her away, I realized. Calls from her were strained. She sensed my distance. Upon return she exploded. What's going on, Lauren? You're hiding something. The moment arrived, raw and unbidden. I have feelings for you, I blurted, tears streaming. Shock registered on her face, then something softer. Since when? She whispered. Since always, but it crystallized when I helped you after Mia. The confession hung vulnerable. She stepped closer. Why didn't you say? Fear. Of losing you, of family, of everything. We talked for hours, unpacking layers. My repressed identity, her surprise mingled with reciprocation. I've felt it too, she admitted, but thought it was one-sided. Joy mingled with terror. What now? Society's gaze, familial disapproval loomed. But in her arms it felt worth the fight. The high was short-lived. My phone buzzed. Family group chat. Planning interventions for wayward members. The pressure intensified, moral choices stark. Embrace this love and face consequences or retreat. We navigated tentatively, stolen moments amid uncertainty. A kiss, soft and tentative, sealed it, but guilt followed. Is this right so soon after her breakup? Conflicts arose. Layla pushed for openness. I hesitated. We can't hide forever, she said. I know, but my family. The argument escalated, words like weapons. You're choosing them over us. Hurt, she pulled away. Internally I agonized. Betray your roots or your heart. The societal drama played out. Friends supportive, but whispers of rebound stung. Reconciliation came slowly. We attended therapy, unpacking traumas. Love requires sacrifice, the counselor said. It resonated, forcing decisions. As tensions peaked, a family call came. We're worried about you, Mom said. The moment to choose arrived. The phone call felt like a crossroads, my mother's voice a tether to the past. You've been distant, Lauren. Is there something wrong? I glanced at Layla, who nodded encouragingly from across the room.
Taking a breath. I dove in?
Mom, I'm in a relationship with a woman. Silence stretched, then eruption. What? This is a phase, Seattle's influence. Her words cut deep, echoing years of conditioning. We raised you better. The call ended in tears, hers and mine, the familial rift widening. Layla held me as I sobbed. It hurts now, but it's freedom. Her support anchored me, but the cost was immediate. Texts from siblings, judgmental and pleading. Think about Dad's heart, one said. The moral weight pressed. Had I chosen love over family, or authenticity over illusion? Society's backlash followed. At work, rumors swirled after I updated my social media. A client pulled out, citing values mismatch. This is America, I muttered bitterly. Land of the free unless you're queer. Layla faced her own echoes. Her family, already strained, sent accusatory messages. You're corrupting her, one read. The drama intensified through confrontations. We attended a family wedding, mine, virtually disinvited but showing up anyway. Whispers followed us, stares like daggers. My aunt pulled me aside. This isn't you. End it before it's too late. Defiance surged. This is me, I retorted, but inside doubt flickered. Layla and I argued more, stress fracturing our bond. You regret this, she accused one night. No, I regret the pain. But the truth was the sacrifices mounted. Lost connections, professional hurdles, internal guilt. A betrayal loomed. An old friend, Mia's ally, spread lies online, claiming I manipulated Layla during her vulnerability. The post went viral in our circles, accusations flying. Homewrecker, some called me. Layla defended me fiercely, but the damage stung. Was there truth to it? I wondered, the ethical debate reigniting. Had my timing been predatory? We hunkered down, supporting each other through the storm. Therapy helped, revealing patterns. My people-pleasing from family dynamics, her trust issues from Mia. Healing takes time, we reminded ourselves. Highs interspersed the lows. Quiet evenings, sharing dreams, her art gallery aspirations, my design firm goals. In those moments the price felt paid willingly. But reality intruded. A job offer in New York for me, promising stability but distance. The choice tore at us. Go if you must, Layla said, eyes pained. But we'll make it work. Internally I weighed. Career advancement versus love's fragility. Society pushed ambition. Heart demanded staying. Family reconciliation attempts failed. Dad's email. Come home alone, we'll talk. The ultimatum forced reflection. Can love survive isolation? Drama peaked at a protest. We marched for LGBTQ rights. Chants filling the air. A counter-protester shouted slurs targeting us. Adrenaline surged. Layla stood firm but fear gripped me. Later, shaken, we clung together. This is our fight, she said. The incident awakened resolve. I declined the job, committing to us. You're my home, I told her. Joy bloomed but sacrifices lingered. Strained friendships, ongoing prejudice. As months passed, growth emerged. I volunteered more, advocating against discrimination. Layla's art flourished, inspired by our story. But shadows remained. Anonymous hate mail, familial silence. A turning point. My sister reached out. I miss you, let's talk. Tentative bridges formed, hope flickering. Yet, conflicts persisted. Layla's impatience with my caution led to blowouts. Be proud, she urged. I am. But healing isn't linear. The narrative built to a climax. A gallery opening for Layla. Family showed uninvited, tensions high. Confrontations ensued. Accusations, tears. Choose, Mom demanded. In the chaos I stood by Layla. This is my choice. The family left, divided, but I felt liberated. The aftermath brought peace but questions. Was the pain worth it? Peace settled uneasily like a truce after battle. Layla's gallery success brought acclaim. Her paintings, vibrant abstracts of love and loss, mirroring our journey. We celebrated privately, toasting to survival. We made it, she whispered, her hand in mine. But inside, scars throbbed, reminders of costs paid. Family outreach continued sporadically. My sister visited, awkward but genuine. I don't understand, but I love you. Progress incremental against societal backdrops where acceptance varied by zip code. In Seattle's bubbles we thrived. Elsewhere caution reigned. Professional repercussions eased. New clients embraced diversity. But the internal monologue persisted. Did you betray your roots for love, or honor your truth? Moral ambiguities lingered. Choices debated in quiet moments. Drama resurfaced through external threats. A conservative group targeted Layla's art, calling it propaganda. Protests outside her studio, hate online. We stood united but fear crept in. Is this the life we want? I asked one night, doubt surfacing. Layla's response was fierce. Yes, because it's ours. Her conviction bolstered me, but the toll showed. Sleepless nights, strained smiles. Personal growth deepened. I wrote anonymously about our story, sharing on forums. Responses varied, support, vitriol, sparking self-reflection. Love challenges norms, but at what price to the soul? A reunion with old friends tested bonds. Mia appeared, apologetic. I was wrong, she said. Layla forgave, but I struggled, jealousy flaring briefly. The encounter forced confrontation. Trust her, or let past wounds dictate. As time healed, our relationship solidified. We moved to a house, symbolizing commitment. But family holidays loomed empty, a void unfilled. The ultimate test. My parents invited us for Thanksgiving. No judgments, the note read. Skepticism warred with hope. We went, tensions palpable. Conversations skirted issues, but a breakthrough. Dad's quiet. I'm trying. Not perfect, but a start. The journey's end felt like a beginning, full of lessons in sacrifice, resilience. In reflection, the path was paved with damage. Broken trusts, lost connections, self-doubt. Yet, awakening prevailed, to love, to self. Was it right to pursue love at the cost of family ties? Or does authenticity demand such sacrifices?